What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. Today, I'm going to showcase a Pokemon that I think is incredibly broken right now in the Go Battle League. It's a Pokemon with a lot of bulk and a lot of damage output. We're talking about Tinkaton. Now, this Pokemon here with the signature attack Gigaton Hammer does so much damage even in resisted matchups. It basically doesn't matter that Steel's not the best offensive typing in the game just because of how much damage this move does. You have Bulldoze, which, while that's not even the best move in the game, it is a move that allows you to bait as well as get defense drops. So Tinkaton has a lot of play even in some crazy matchups. It's a lot of fun to use, and I'm excited to see it in action. But before we do get into the battles, I want to ask if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider doing so. Helps out quite a bit, and I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, let's get to the battles and see what this team can do. Alright, first game of the day, Azumarill in the lead. Can barely see it behind Tinkaton's hammer here. Either way, very good lead matchup, and that is a very good counter swap for us to see. Annihilape on... Oh, it's not even on counter. Okay, so a little bit more energy generation for them here with low kick. But, I mean, Rage Fist from a non-Shadow Annihilape is not going to two-shot us, so I'll just let this go. I'll overfarm some energy here. Although, the funny thing is, I don't think we do all that much to Azu, right? Azu's going to be walling off all of Mantine's energy. Both Water and Dragon type damage will do nothing. But I guess the best thing about it is... Well, they shield. That's crazy. I was going to say that, like, wing attacks will add up quite a bit over time. Can I not just, like, win... like every shielding scenario, maybe not the 0-2s, I bet I don't win that, but I bet almost any other spot, like even just like the 0-1s, I think I almost still win, right? So they have to go down another shield here, and they're not even going to flip switch because I just have to shield once, I would imagine. They do double shield. That's insane to me. Okay, well, I kind of want this Pokemon gone, I'm not going to lie. It's a double boosted Annihilape. I might as well use one shield to get rid of it, but I'm kind of surprised they're doing that. Rage Fist is going to do nothing thanks to our shield. I'm going to try to get a little bit lower on HP just to make sure Azu doesn't get like 100 energy out of us. There is a chance for running like Hydro Pump in Open Great League these days. I have seen that a little bit, but I mean, I don't know for sure. All right, how many bubbles do they get here? Maybe 4? No, they get 5, but that's fine. We'll go for the Water Pulse here. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but any damage is better than nothing, I guess. And at least they don't get like 100 energy out of this. They just get an Ice Beam. So, I mean, even that chip damage there could put them into range where Gigaton Hammer could knock them out. And we don't get one shot by Hydro Pump or anything anyway. They throw it right on 7. I wonder what this could be. I'm not going to shield. Even if it is a Hydro Pump, I don't feel like going down as shield at this point in the game. Yeah, big Hydro Pump. But we do survive that. And I'm going to instantly send a Gigaton Hammer. Could maybe be a misplay to do this. But the way that I see it here, I can put them into range where a Swift would knock them out from my Kingdra. So I might as well do that. Oh, wow. Wow, they were weak to Tinkaton, weren't they? Anyway, Kingdra's also very fine here. But that is a bit of a crazy team. That's like, wow, they were triple weak to Tinkaton. What the heck? Because Annihilape was their other Pokemon. Either way, Kingdra, very good here. We two-shot with Surf after the Dragon Breath over time. And then, as I was saying, Swift is all we need for the Azu. So, despite the fact they're on Hydro Pump, it was just like, I don't think they should have ever invested in that poor Annihilape there. That is such a bad matchup for them. All right, we have the next Surf ready to go. Either this gets a knockout here, or at the very least it puts them into farm down range. And even if they land like a Shadow Ball against us here, it's not like they can bubble us down with Azu, right? Oh, and that just knocks out. Yeah, we're good. We're good. Yeah, GG's. That was not much of a game for them, though. They got pretty RPS'd. All right, next opponent, maybe more of a flexible game here. Well, yeah, maybe it's just the opposite of last game, actually. Yikes, not a great lead. I will bring in my Kingdra here and hope for the best. Because at the very least, I do have Bulldoze, which should be able to do some real damage to them. With that, Ninetales later on? I don't know. This is looking awkward. Tinkaton Canine Core. A single ground type so far would not be great for this trainer to see. But, you know... we don't ask these kinds of questions. They're at 9. Man, the problem is, like, the longer this goes, they can just bulldoze us, right? But I want to at least try to get... Oh, why did they bulldoze the first one? Anyway, that's crazy to me. I do want to get shields down is what I'm very poorly trying to say. Because with shields down, maybe I can do something. I don't know what that something's going to be, but maybe I can do it. They have to Gigaton still, I think, to knock us out. Maybe they don't. Maybe they go for the greedy Bulldoze bait. I survive it. Okay, they actually do. And then if I get another Surf, I think they're 2 away from their next move. So, okay, hold on. I get a shield advantage here, potentially. Although they do Gigaton Hammer my Tinkaton, so maybe that's not even as good as I'm making it sound. Yeah, ow. This is not going to feel good. But it's not like my Tinkaton has a lot of play anyway. I think at this point, I kind of have to hope that the final Pokemon is pretty playable for my Mantine here. If not, like, we've been in trouble since we queued into this trainer. But if we do have play against the final Pokemon, you know, just imagine, maybe we're still in it. They caught, what did they catch on? Well, wait, how do I feel about any of this? I don't know, actually. This is weird. Okay, try to catch. We don't get the catch, probably, unless we're really slow to react. I hope they don't just Icy Wind. Please Earth Power. Yeah, yikes. So I catch a move that I really don't want to be catching here. Now I'm going to be locked in with a debuff for a long time. And that's not great, necessarily, because now this Seismitoad's actually going to be kind of tricky to deal with. But, I mean, I do still have play here. If they didn't make that play, if they just let their guy go down, my life would have been so much easier here, not going to lie. But them preserving the rest of that Tinkaton is a little bit annoying, I will say. But I still think we have play here. It's just going to be a lot less straightforward than it could be. Okay, I'm going to let this go. And honestly, this might be a crazy play. But I'm going to bring in my Tinkaton here to clear my debuff and to make it so potentially... Okay. I probably should have knocked this out. I didn't want to give a big farm down over, though, to the other guy. This is going to be such a tight game. I think, isn't that just is this a bulldoze? I think that's just a bulldoze. I think I have to no-shield this. Yeah? Okay, this game's gonna get so weird. As if it's not already. Like, they don't have a lot of fast food pressure into us, but I don't know if I can ever, like, knock everything out this game. Do I one-shot the Ninetales? Do I even, like, knock out the Seismitoad? I don't know. Like, in theory, their best play is to probably bring in Seismitoad here, and they win. Oh, I might have been able to farm this down. I don't know. I'm not quite at my next move just yet. I might just get Embered down here. There is actually probably a way to win this game. Yeah, I don't... Maybe? That was crazy. I did not play that well. Why do people still use Basti? Wait, actually, this is kind of a good lead, though. So maybe I'm happy with this. Did they forget about Tinkaton, trainer? All right, Altaria lead. Also a pretty good lead matchup here, but we'll see if they want to stay in, because there is actually a funny thing where Altaria just straight up wins the Zero Shield matchup as they get to a second Flamethrower right before you get a second Gigaton Hammer off. But that's fine. We'll go for the Gigaton anyway, and we'll see how they want to play this out. Big Gigaton. Our opponent goes for the no-shield. They actually CMP'd us. That's kind of crazy. All right. So, Flamethrower will hurt, but it's not going to one-shot us by any means. We'll still have a decent amount of HP left. And if they switch out here, I can counter-swap with something, potentially. Yeah, like, let's say they bring in a Ninetales, for example. We bring in our Dragon-type. I think this might mean there's a Steel-type in the back line. Yeah, very bold call by me, I know. Alt plus a Steel-type. But, I mean, either Empoleon or Tinkaton would make a lot of sense here. I could have shielded that first move, but I feel like not doing that. 5, okay. And I don't think a Swift Bait here makes much sense. It's a non-Shadow Ninetales. They wouldn't quite get one shot anyway, so we'll go for the Surf here. We'll see if we get a shield or not. They do shield, makes some sense, I guess. But the longer this goes, the closer they get to range where Swift would be enough to knock them out, so we'll see. So they're at 6 right now, so 1, 2, 3, 4... All right, again, Swift I don't think is quite enough from here, but I do want to make sure that we get a shield or a knockout, so we'll throw it. We'll just guarantee something happens here. Oh, they do shield that. That's strange. 6. I mean, I do want this thing gone, so I guess I'll shield this up. But maybe it's a bad play. Yeah, I guess we Swift now. Because, like, the awkward thing is... What do they do? Like, what are they trying to do here? I think I know. And I don't necessarily love it. Oh. Well, actually, we just win. Never mind. I was a little bit worried that it could be Tinkaton in the back line. They'd get a big farm down there. But Empoleon, I'm not quite as scared of the energy from Empoleon as I would be from Tinkaton. They might get to a full farm down here before my next Swift. In fact, I think they do. But these Dragon Breaths, as well as my Surf that I landed there and put them into range where just one Twister knocks out. All I really need here is back-to-back Twisters, one for this, one for the Altaria, and we should be good. And they're also now in Bulldoze range, too. All right, so they're at 5, 6... Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, that game was going to be over, but I didn't expect a top left there. But GG's. All right, next battle. We'll see Tinkaton into Fero. This is honestly not a lead I love. I'm actually going to switch out here. You might be wondering, why would you switch out as such a awesome lead? Well, the thing is, I don't think it's an awesome lead. I think that since I have Bulldoze as a bait move, they have super effective Drill Run as their bait move. It's honestly kind of awkward, so I'll bring in my Kingdra, which can just outpace them straight up here and make their life very annoying if they stay in, because now in the 2-shield matchup, all I need is 1 Swift plus the Dragon Breaths to get the knockout. All right, Swift going to come through. Do we get a shield here? Our opponent does go for the shield, so they must be a little bit scared of Kingdra. Dang it. I might have mistapped that, but I was trying to go for like the 1 Dragon Breath into the Swift there. Maybe I messed up, or maybe the game lagged. It's hard to say. Maybe my brain lagged. Wow, okay. Okay, okay. I was like a little bit worried I wasn't going to get that swap out there, but that's kind of a huge swap out, I'm not going to lie. Because what do they have? Dynamic Punch, Icy Wind, probably? So while Icy Winds will debuff me over time, they're going to do almost no... They're not even on Icy Wind, so I guess they're not going to be debuffing us here, are they? I'll go for the Twister just to guarantee damage lands against them, and then I think I can go for the full Wing Attack down after the fact. We have a lot of energy on Kingdra. Tinkaton is still fully healthy too. With that said, I would not be surprised to see like a second... Well, I guess Poliwrath's not a ground type, right, but it's using Mud Shot. I wouldn't be surprised to see a second actual ground type in the back line. Something that can actually beat potentially the Electrics they're kind of weak to so far. We get that full farm down. That's kind of nasty. They bring in Fero, but like... Well, nice catch, I guess. Anyway, I think we're still fine, especially if I can switch out here. This is looking pretty bad for them. Yeah, I can switch. Because now I just have back-to-back Surfs ready to go. And if they shield one of these, I have a second one. If they no-shield, I just start spamming out Swifts and stuff. So we should be pretty good. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know what they could have done there at the end of the game. Kind of a spicy team, though. I respect that. Oh, a 4-1 set, though. Okay. You know what? I don't hate that. I think the one loss we had was kind of playable. So we'll keep it going here. 29-02. Not a bad climb. We'll see Shadow... Dude, Shadow Tinkaton and Imagine. No, Tinkaton into Shadow Dragonair. That's good. That's pretty good. We'll see if it's going to be that classic team. Dude, what is happening today? Tinkaton into Shadow Swanna. Okay. I don't hate this necessarily. I don't love it, though, either. Just because Aqua Jet's actually a pretty powerful move, right? They do outpace us to that. But I'm pretty sure, despite them resisting my Gigaton Hammer, it's still going to do quite a sizable amount of damage. And oftentimes when I see Swanna these days, it's like Swanna plus Diggersby core that I end up seeing. So if that is the case, then I would not mind just using my Tinkaton here, because my backline's pretty good into Pokemon that would generally pair with a Swanna. Well, they shield that, okay. 2, 3. And they throw immediately once again. I don't feel like it's worth a shield, honestly. Maybe it is, but maybe it isn't. I'm going to bring in my Shadow Kingdra just so I can knock him out here a little bit sooner. Okay. I guess they're going to bring in Malamar. I wasn't really expecting that. I don't see a lot of Malamar Swanna cores these days. It's not the worst thing for me to see. Do I ever go for a Surf here? Or just double Swift? I think double Swift's the play, because I don't think I ever one-shot with a Surf. At least not before needing to double shield anyway. So I might as well double Surf, or double Swift rather, and see what they want to do. Okay. And that should be a CMP, it looks like. I'd be surprised to see a shield here, but I guess maybe if it's a Diggersby in the backline, I wouldn't be that surprised. They do let it go? Okay, Swanna probably comes in then. But man, if it is Diggersby in the backline, like, I don't know what they could possibly do against a Mantine. If it's like a Ufisk, you know, then we're talking. Oh. What if it's a Gastrodon? I guess that's also an option. I'm going to go for the Surf here, though, just to either get a shield or a lot of damage against them. It's going to do more than anything my Mantine can throw, so I might as well. 5. And they're throwing energy here. That is not quite going to do what they want it to. Body Slam, or I guess this could be like a Water Pulse or an Earth Power. That's going to do nothing no matter what. Yeah, just a Body Slam. And we just get to 2 Twisters here, I believe. And this should be game over. Twister is going to knock him out. Shadow Swanna is a very squishy Pokemon. It is kind of a cool pick, but it's kind of a shame that they buffed Shadow Swanna in the same season that they made it so Mantine's a really good Pokemon again. It's like, why use the squishy Pokemon when the bulky Pokemon exists? Yeah, I mean, we don't even take an Aqua Jet here. We just go for the Twister here, and then either farm down or maybe get another move off against that Gastro. They should be at what, 2 away from the next move, that is? They're playing it out. They do feel like their Gastrodon has a chance. Maybe it has Thunderbolt. But we have the Twister ready to go, so this should be game over. Kind of a cool team. I like Shadow Swanna as an idea, but obviously our team's not too weak against it. Oh boy, another Fero lead. You know, last time we saw this, actually, there wasn't much more play for Tinkaton in the backline, so maybe the play here could just be to stay in for a second, because there is a good chance of ground types being in the back, so we'll see what they want to do. They're at 6 right now, so a Drill Run likely being thrown unless they're absolutely insane for some reason. I'll let this go, though. We do survive one of those pretty easily, and we should get a guaranteed shield. Or, I mean, a knockout with a Gigaton Hammer. So we'll throw this. We'll see what they want to do. They're at 2 right now. What? Okay. What's coming in here? Maybe I shouldn't have swapped, but we're switching. I'm going to be honest, I was not expecting any of this to be happening right now. 7. Right. Okay. So, to recap, they got 1 shot. Man, what is happening? What do we do here? Well, we land that. That's actually pretty good. Okay, they're at 9 right now. Bulldoze doesn't knock us out here. They might be crazy and throw it anyway, but I do want to shield this. Nice, so that's a Gigaton. So they're at 2, 3. This is going to be an awkward game. Like, it looks really good on paper, but it's not like a slam dunk for us, I don't think. Okay, they shield. 7. I'm going to try to catch a Gigaton here. Maybe that's a bad play, but I feel like at this point, I'm in Shadow Ball range. I'm probably not getting another Gigaton anyway. I might as well get some use out of my Tinkaton here, and by absorbing a full-on Gigaton, that should probably help us out a little bit. They're 6 away from a 3rd Gigaton, though, so they will get to 1 against my Mantine here. But I guess that's fine, because I do technically resist it. Okay, they switch out, actually. Maybe I should Water Pulse here, but we're going for the Twister. We're twisting it up, I guess. Yeah, I probably should always, like, just double Water Pulse. Anyway, we're twisting it. Oh! That's why you bait, I guess. I kind of figured, like, who in their right mind baits on the first move? So if they want to shield a guaranteed big attack, that's the one. Actually ended up kind of working. Oh, Body Slam. I wonder if they're on Earthquake. Could be, I guess, with a Fero lead to have better anti-Eufisk coverage, especially with their team. They're pretty weak to a Eufisk. So I would not be all that surprised. Another Body Slam, yeah, that's kind of making me think that's probably the case. We'll Water Pulse here. And we'll see exactly what they want to do now. Do they ever throw energy here before my next Twister? They do. They throw a lot of energy, actually. I'll let this go. And I think at this point, I'm just going to invest in my Kingdra to win this game. But Body Slam spam is pretty quick, obviously, so it's not like 100% over. We're already at their next move here. I have to shield something up this game. I guess it's going to be a Body Slam, so here we go. And we have to throw here right before they get to a Bulldoze. But I should be able to reach a Swift now against that Licky Licky before they're going to be able to reach a Body Slam, right? Unless they're like 1 away, but I don't think they are. And even if they were, actually, we're able to get the CMP if that were the case, but no. I'm pretty sure they were 3 away, actually, but I don't want to, like, risk it. I don't want to unnecessarily lose a game. So we Swift the Licky Licky, and we get the win. A lot of Shadow Annihilapes today. That is annoying, but you know what? Last time we saw this, we had play. I did have to go for, like, a crazy bait play against them, but sometimes you gotta bait Annihilapes. I'll shield the Rage Fist. It always feels bad to shield the first, but I never really want to be in a spot here where I don't shield the first and they just farm us all the way down. So they are at 1 right now. 5 away from their next move. Bulldoze. Nice, we get the shield. And we get the debuff. Nice. 5. So they have another Rage Fist here in just a second. If I got a second debuff again, that'd be pretty cool, but I don't know if he will. Okay, I mean, I'm fine with him letting that go too. The awkward thing is I could see it being Carbink in the back line. I have seen that quite a few times in my life. But it could also just be, like, anything else. So, I don't know. I'll bring in my Kingdra here. I don't love taking the counter, but I'd rather get the energy lead in this matchup. Okay, that's not exactly what I thought it would be. And they instantly Energy Ball? Uh-oh. So, I mean, it's gotta be Carbink, right? Carbink or Ufisk or something that hard counters flying, because they're already ABA weak. Like, they can't not have that. I don't know, guys. This is not looking good. That's a crazy team. Oh, we get a shield there, actually, so maybe they're crazy. Oh, well, they are crazy, but, like, in the way that we thought they were. This is so bad. I don't see what we can do here to win. If I had Outrage, maybe there'd be a chance, but it is just the bank. And unfortunately for us, it's not even the fact that I have to shield a Rock Slide that's going to matter. It's the fact that not only do I have to shield that, but I'm also taking so much Rock Throw damage. I think I might get to 2 Water Pulses here, and that will, like, knock him out. But by then, I'm going to be too low. Yeah, I actually do knock him out, but, like, what does that matter? There's still a Jump Up in the backline who is very, very bulky. You know what? I'm gonna try the Twister play. I don't think it matters in the slightest, but I might as well try to do something funny here. Twister, get wrecked, Carbink. I mean, I land the Twister here, but I think they do have back-to-back Energy Ball, and I'm almost certain that I will not knock them out with 1 Surf from my Kingdra. Yeah, I have to try to go for, like, 2 Swifts here. Obviously, I don't have Outrage. If I had Outrage, just imagine. Yeah, I mean, Swift does not do that much. It doesn't do over a quarter of their HP. Actually had some play that game, though. We made it close, but just not close enough. All right, Tinkaton. Oh, no, into Talonflame. Who runs Talonflame? I guess this guy. That's not great for us, but we'll bring in our Kingdra here. And we do get a lot of an energy head start, so maybe there's still play for us. Morgrim, is that bad? I mean, it's not good, obviously, that we're seeing it, but I mean, Surf might put them into farm down range over time if they do let it go. Wow, that does a lot of damage. Oh, I think I can flip this. 8. Okay. I mean, I'm going to try to flip this if I can, but I'm not sure what they're going to have in the back line. So they're at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be such a dicey matchup. Can I actually flip this, or do they Sucker Punch us down? It's going to come down to the wire here. Oh, well, actually, I flip it if they let us. 2. All right, they'll come out with, like, a full-on Brave Bird, but at least I can do a lot of fast move pressure. I guess I should have surfed here, because no matter what, I don't get a second move, but maybe, I don't know, this freaks them out. 3. Mantine, do your thing. Surely it's not something that just RPSs me in the back line, right? It probably is something that just destroys us, though. Big Fly. We do survive that. 5. I have to shield this up. I don't want to be in a spot here where I don't have a way to knock this out. Aegislash, great, okay. I mean, actually, I've seen, like, this team before for some reason. It's not great for us to see, but maybe there's a chance. I don't know. I don't think there's much of a chance. This is just looking unplayable for us. But we'll see. Maybe I get a debuff. No debuff. 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, this is game over, I think. 17. So they have back-to-back moves now. Man, you do nothing here with Tinkaton, actually. That's crazy how bad this matchup is. Wait, but they let me CMP, which I honestly wasn't expecting. Like, is that even better for us, though? It's hard to say. Because I've done real damage here now. Maybe I shouldn't have thrown them, but like if I don't throw this, they just back to back. It's just like such an awkward spot to be in, right? Them throwing instantly here, I don't think it's the best for them. We'll see them. It's gonna be so close. The stare down, the Aegislash Classic. Alright. Oh, you know, I probably should have overfarmed more. I don't think I'm gonna outpace the Talonflame now, if they no-shield this. Oh, they shield them. That's helpful. I need this Water Pulse to knock out. And then I need to be able to get to a Twister against the Talonflame. That knocks them out. I mean, they are at -2 defense. I'm surprised they stayed in as long as they did. There should be 2 Incinerates away. Man, I think they fumbled this game. Like, they should have brought in Talonflame at some point, in my opinion. We're not going to say no to beating this team, but I don't think we should have won that one. Whoa. Is this guy tanking, or is this, like, actually level 50 Sandshrew? I know that you technically can get one of these really high. Wow. That's just straight up a real built Sandshrew. That's kind of cool. What do we do? I guess I probably should have swapped out already, but you know what? I think I'm kind of fine with this as well. Like, sometimes you just see, like, insane Pokemon and you just freeze. You know what I mean? Maybe that's just me, though. I don't know. Okay, I gotta, like, do something here. I'm gonna Gigaton Hammer, and I'm gonna bring in Kingdra now, because I bet Kingdra's actually fine into Sandshrew, and these Gusts aren't gonna farm us down. 5? Wow, okay. So they're gonna give us both shields, or potentially just let this go and sacrifice almost back-to-back charge attacks. They do shield, okay. Makes sense, I guess. They're gonna, like, try to save the energy. But I bet a Shadow Surf is gonna do so much damage here. But that is a smart play by them, because now they're one more Gust away from back-to-back Aqua Jet plus Fly. 7? Alright, well, I think they're running Night/Blizzard in this day and age. Unless I'm crazy. If they're on Gyro Ball, that is unfortunate. But I think it's not. Yeah, Night Slash, nice. Good no-shield. Likely we see the Swanna come back in. They're one away from back-to-back Aqua Jets here. Alright. But they also have, like, back-to-back Fly plus Aqua Jet right now, if they want to, try to cover for the catch. So I'm actually just going to stay in here. I'm going to bank up this Gigaton Hammer, and then switch out and hope for the best. Because I think I can farm this down. Okay. Okay, what the heck? I think we're fine. I think we're fine to that. It's crazy how this game was actually almost a loss. Wow. I feel like there's things they could have had in the backline that would have been legitimate issues for us. I'm just going to put that out there. Shadow Palkia, incredibly based. I don't know if it's the best Pokemon in GBL. Alright, Mantine lead. Pretty odd matchup, actually, just because we're both doing a lot of resisted damage here. I have neutral Fairy Winds, they have neutral Water Pulse, but everything else here is basically resisted by each other. With that said, I think I do prefer to beat the Tinkaton in this matchup, just because it makes it so awkward for them where they don't quite two-shot us here with their Water Pulses, but after the Fairy Wind damage, I will two-shot them. They caught on something. Electrode. Alright, I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't have a great Electrode counter on my team, so any sort of trip damage here means that now I think I can just go for like a one-shield Dragon Breath down, and that's going to be really hard for them to come back from, I would hope, at least. Okay, so I threw on 11, right? So they should be at 3, I think, on the Mantine, and they should be 5 away from a move here. So I do get the farm down, nice. Yeah, I have a lot of energy. I think it's always worth a shield here, if they instantly Twister us. Because if I just, you know, spam out my Swifts and my Dragon Breaths here, then it's going to make it really uncomfortable for the backline for them. I think they're at 7, so I think they're at 2 after this move. And now that I've put them into range where a Swift would actually knock out, they could be threatened to shield. 8. So I think they're at 3. But we'll find out shortly what they want to do. Big Swift, our opponent goes for the no shield. So it's a 3-on-1, actually. Oh, you know what? What if we just, like, show them how over this is? They're still playing. Is it Hyper Beam? Is it 8 Mudshots is not a Hyper Beam, is it? They're not even purified. Are they actually just going to play this out? My friend. My friend, what are you doing? This is not a good matchup. I'm almost certain, even if you had like 2 more shields to your name, I would still win this one. Yeah, I'm so sorry. Okay, Shadow Annihilape lead. So, anyone think there could be like a, I don't know, Carbink in the backline with this? I feel like that could be a definite possibility. I guess I'm going to shield this, because if there is a Carbink in the backline, I want to make sure that shields kind of go down at least a little bit this game. That'd be kind of cool. And we should outpace here to 2 Bulldozers unless they catch. Nice. Debuff, please. We do get the debuff. That's awesome. And they don't technically have to shield this up, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a shield here anyway, because that's what Annihilapes do. They do double shield. Okay, debuff again. Thank you. Now my Fairy Winds are doing a very annoying amount of damage to them. I don't honestly know, though, if they had to throw here. I think they could have gone for a full farm down. But I'll take the energy here for sure. They should be at 2 right now, so if 4 wing attacks knock out, they don't get to a second move. We'll see what happens. 3. Okay. They switch into a Licky Licky. I'll be honest, I feel like I've fallen right into their trap. 5. I'll no-shield the first move, almost certainly. It's going to be a Body Slam, right? Ah, shoot. If it's Carbink in the backline, why do I say if? As if it's not a guarantee. This is very scary. I guess I should have shielded the first, but I figured they'd go for, like, the guaranteed Body Slam first to get to 2. But whatever, you know what? Maybe we don't care. I don't know what we do here. I don't know what we do. This game is not looking great. Alright. Well, we have the move here. We CMP the Licky Licky. Luckily, they don't catch on us, which is like step number 1 of 20 here to have a chance of winning this game. Okay, I actually had a chance here. If I surf that, I just win. Uh-oh. Oh, man. I thought, like, Annihilape was going to come in. Oh, I just gaslit myself so hard into thinking Carbink was going to be in the back line, and I didn't do anything about it. Like, I don't know why I never, like, either you switch there or you throw the move. You don't just stand there like an idiot. That's what you don't do. Oh, man. All right, another Fero lead. You know, I really have no idea what to think about these leads. Whenever I see them, it's like either Tinkaton's going to be really good or really bad in the back line. Last time it was actually pretty good, but the time before it wouldn't have been. All right, they're at 6, so they throw once again right before my Gigaton Hammer. I'm going to let this go, and I'm going to see what they want to do here. Do they try to catch or not? Well, they do try to catch. In fact, they succeed at catching. I think they waited a turn, because I didn't see a rollout sneak come through. It's kind of a crazy swap out, though. And we'll see what they do here. Because, like, Kingdra should be able to put in a lot of work here, potentially. I'm going to shield this up just in case that's 5, and this could be an Earthquake. But there's a chance this is just a Shadow Ball anyway. Or just a Body Slam, I guess. And honestly, at this point, might as well just throw the Swift here. I don't think they got the sneak. I think they must have waited a turn and then swapped out, but it's so hard to tell here on the old system sometimes. They do let that go. I have a lot of energy. 5. All right. I mean, they kind of have to start shielding everything at this point, surely, so we're going for a crazy bait. We'll see. We do get a shield there, nice. And we catch the Raytrist and sneak a wing attack here, both of which are likely helpful for our odds of winning this game. So that Fero, though, is at 1 peck of energy, right? So 2, 3, 4, 5. So they do right now have access to a Drill Peck, believe it or not. What do I do here? 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we do this, I guess. I don't know. It seems like an alright play. We have back-to-back Twisters here. They do let that go, which makes sense. They let me throw this, which also, like, in some ways makes sense, but in other ways doesn't. Like, you know what I mean? Because now they're going to have to deal with a whole bunch of fast move pressure this game. And I don't know if they're going to last. Actually, I don't even have to worry about that. I just, like, win this game straight up by going for, like, a Swift into a Bulldoze. If they no shield, obviously, then I farm down. If they shield, then I just Bulldoze here, and then we win that way. That was kind of odd. I kind of thought they'd invest in their Fero a little bit more, but we'll take it. With that, another 4-in-1 set here. Man, it's just like, the games that I lose are just some of the stupidest games out there. I definitely could have gone 5-0 this set if I wasn't so bad, but we'll take a 4-1. Tinkaton never disappoints in the Go Battle League. It's a Pokemon here with a lot of play, even in bad matchups. Bulldoze might not be the best move in the game, but giving it that access to having a bait attack is all you really need for it to be, you know, a good enough move on your moveset. And Gigaton Hammer being as strong as it is just kind of busted, so it's a lot of fun to use. Give it a go if you have one. But yeah, thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.